Dockers Halftime is brought to you by Dockers Khakis, proud makers of nice pants.
All right, and welcome to the Dockers Halftime, along with Jimmy, Howie, and Terry. I'm James Brown. Green Bay controlling actions in the first half, 21-3. San Francisco without a touchdown. First time that happened this year. They lost to Carolina. Jimmy, what's going on?
JB, I think Green Bay is as prepared a team as I have ever seen in this first half. You know, we said that Pete Carroll had a tough time slowing down this offense in training camp. That's what he's doing right here. You know, Brett Favre throws across to Keith Jackson for 35 yards. They had no pressure on him. Now, when there's pressure on Brett Favre, he knows exactly where the open zones are. He's throwing the ball 15 out of 17 for 222 and 2 touchdowns. He's red hot.
Fritz Shermer, great defensive scheme. They ran a triangle and 2 3-men playing zone, 2 men on Jerry Rice. They run a box and 1 4 zone and 1 on Jerry Rice. John Jerkovic even covered Jerry Rice on a quick slant. They're getting great pressure on Steve Young. This team is ready to step up to the next level, it looks like. But don't count the 49ers out. I'm going to cover myself.
All right. But my daddy always told me if you're going to go into a fight, you got to go into that guy's neighborhood, tote a big stick with you. And that, to me, Green Bay's toting a bunch of big sticks. I never seen Green Bay play. They like they're playing street football, Jimmy, all over the 49ers. And if we look at Brett Favre, don't forget the last 7 regular season games, 16 touchdown passes, only 2 interceptions. Now add last week's game and this week's game, 21 touchdown passes.
Those defensive backs on the wide receivers, like it's this all day long. You know, bang, bang, bang. They're fighting them, you know.
Did your daddy really tell you that? No. I knew your daddy didn't tell you that. Well, keep this in mind.
Never been an alley fight in life.
Pittsburgh did have a big stick today and knocking off Buffalo by 19. Terry, let's find out how big a stick Pittsburgh had.
Well, it started by taking Jim Kelly out of the football game. Here you see Ray Seals knocked him. He goes down. Bill Johnson slams him to the ground. Kelly out for a while. Bam Morris's second touchdown rushing in the second half as the Steelers go up 40-21. Cower. The Steelers, everyone has to be thrilled with this victory. Now they await the Chiefs and the Colts victory, and we'll see who they play next.
Steelers advancing to the AFC title game for the 9th time in franchise history. And coming up on the second half of this Dockers halftime, our own Pam Oliver will sit down with the coaching legend Don Shula to reflect on the past. And welcome back to Hollywood in the Dockers halftime. Don Shula's resignation yesterday ended one of the most remarkable coaching careers in NFL history. And our own Pam Oliver caught up with Don Shula and reflected on that great career.
This is the time of your life. What you gonna do with it? Don't fool with it. This is the time.
There have been a lot of great memories, and that's what I'm going to focus on. And you know, there's almost 10 regular season wins a year for 33 years, and you know that's tough to do in this day and age in the National Football League. And I'm very proud of that, along with the Super Bowls and you know the other accomplishments.
What happened over that course of 48 hours when it appeared that you would stay to where we are now that you have decided to go?
That was tough. I mean, I don't know how you describe it other than to tell you how, you know, what I did go through. You know, that's from thinking that you could do it one way, and then also the realization that it might not be the best way to do it, and then the responsibility of doing what you feel is best, not only for yourself and your family, but also for the team that's meant so much to you over a period of time, and the ownership. And you know, Wayne has been great through this whole thing, and pretty much said the decision is yours, and respected it.
So was it just a case that 1 year wasn't enough, but more than 1 year was too much for you?
I didn't want to commit to more than 1 year down the line, because I'm at this stage of my career. And, you know, we had a tough year this past year, and you know, I was willing to certainly honor my contract and to get back on the field and do the best job that I could, but I don't know if that would have been fair to the organization. And, you know, that was one of the things that helped me make the determinations that I made.
For 33 years, it's been Don Shula head coach. Now it's Don Shula citizen. What do you do with yourself now?
My wife, Marianne, is going to help me through this period. And, you know, I've worked hard, and, you know, and I think that I made the best decision now for myself and for my family.
You're going to be okay, aren't you?
Oh, yes. I'm going to be okay.
Class discipline, and dignity, three of the characteristics that mark Don Shula's 33 years as a head coach in the National Football League. Second half of Green Bay and San Francisco will be coming your way right after this.